This is a video I did about the Jari Mower I purchased on Craigslist from somebody up in North Jersey. I'm in South Jersey. Paid about $125, which was a good price. They're selling for $400 for this condition, as you see here. This is the 3 horsepower Briggs engine with an updraft carburetor on it. I was amazed that it had everything basically original on it. There's the name tag, and here's the sickle bar. It's about a 30-inch sickle bar, and show you a close-up in case you have to rebuild one yourself and you forget how they go together. There's a close-up of the Briggs with the updraft carburetor on it, and there's the name tag again. These are still photos now I'm showing you, and here's the back side of it, and the back side of the Briggs. Okay, this is the Jari with the cover off. Not a close-up, but still, it's a still picture. Here is more of the sickle. Some of the parts are off of it. Here's another close-up so you get a better look at it. See how things. This is where you would grease the pulley, the main pulley, and then these are the other areas that require greasing on these machines. And you do that before running it. In this photo, I'm demonstrating how I would do it to connect the engine to the sickle bar by having a lever near the handlebars, and which lifts the engine up and down to engage and disengage the main pulley. I think it would be a lot easier. As you can see, you can adapt just about any motor to this, or even an electric motor, as long as it's got a 4-inch pulley on it, would work. That's what's nice about these things. Also, I would change instead of the bushing on the right, I would like to use the needle bearings for the sickle. Here's just some side views with the cover off. As you can see, the belts that drive everything inside. Here's another view of the similar stuff. And the next photos, I've taken apart the sickle portion. You have to almost take it all apart and replace the blades that are broken or need sharpening and cleaned and all this other stuff. Here I'm painting them up, everything. Next, I show sharpening the sickle bar, which I've clamped to the picnic table prior to grinding. This is just another view of the sickle bar with the cover removed. And here's the back again. And now we get into the 3 horsepower Briggs engine, which had points on it, so that was a job. The original coil was all chewed up by a mouse. That coil also was not the right size. I had to grind those legs so it fit the same diameter, so I could get it close enough to where the magnets could activate it. What I'm showing there is the governor and how it mounts onto the coil and then connects to this updraft, which was a nightmare. Mostly, I guess, because the float wasn't working in it. I had to order a new seat and valve for it, and I actually ordered a whole new carb for it, and that arrived before the small parts did, so I changed that out and installed the new one. And at the same time, I ended up buying a 5-horse that I saw pretty reasonable, that was in excellent condition, for just $75. This here was a 3-horse, and I had all kinds of trouble getting it going. I discovered the float was flooding all the time by shutting off the fuel, and I kept cranking it, and then finally it started running until it ran out of fuel that was in the carb, and that's how I knew that and this is why I had to order the other engine. Didn't have to, but this one was sticking, and all it was gummed up from non-use over the years. Once I opened it up, loosened everything up, it spun around reasonably. I completely opened it up, changed the points in it, and even that was a bugger to get it to spark. But I'm showing you a close-up of the 3-horse here. Just about everything on it was was fixed, so I have almost like a brand new. So here is the Jari with the cover off, all cleaned and re-greased up and painted. Great looking machine. There's the 5-horse engine on it that I put on, and there's the new bar. There's that 5-horse. I put a bushing in there and put in a smaller muffler than what came with it. The one that was there was a little bit too much in the way. It also had a leak, and I had to change the seat in it. That's why I had that carb showing. So that's why I probably got it for 75 bucks. Here is a close-up of that frame in the front, as you can see. Looks nice, doesn't it? And here's those 2 grease areas, right, that you grease up, and the bushing fits on the left side there, right in the front. Here's a close-up of the label plate, like that. Really nice. Did that with the markers, indelible ink markers, and then sealed it up. Here it is mounted. I should have fixed that little dent on the cover. And look at that. Already starting to look like a brand new Jari Mower, isn't it? And there it is, and there it was cutting grass. I have it up on the can because I added some extensions on the legs on the bottom so it doesn't mow so close to the ground. But isn't it beautiful? It's an awesome thing. Looks like a shark, you know. And here you could see the back of the new engine, complete. Another close-up of it. Not bad. and so some more close-ups of it. Nice machines. Too bad the company isn't making them anymore. I wish they'd go back to making them again. And there it is on the lawn. Here is the company where you can buy the blades. You can still buy the blades for these things because nobody's making this stuff anymore. And there's your blades. When you go to that website, just type in Jari and this will pop up. This is the size, that's the part number if you need it. Okay? Thank you for watching. Visit us at larryandjane.com. I might add that these machines are quite durable. I don't see anything wearing out on them other than the blades. So I recommend anybody that buys a machine like this or tries restoring them, buy those blades. They're good for a few sharpenings, but just in case, you know, it's always best to have some. I don't know how long that company's going to continue making them because they make much larger ones. They make hardly none that are this size. I mean, these are small cutters, so it's best to stock up on them.